Hello, and welcome back to the channel as we get ready to take a look at the 2024 Zitkala-Ša Women's Quarters Program quarter. That was a mouthful. But before we do that, I'd like to announce that there is a contest coming up at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around for that announcement. And other than that, let's open the first part of the unboxing. Okay, and by first part, I just mean the first box that we have, the shipping box. And we will open that and take a look at the 3 rolls of quarters in just a minute. But first, let's talk a little bit about Zitkala-Ša. Zitkala-Ša, born Gertrude Simmons Bonin on February 22nd, 1876, on the Yankton Sioux Reservation in South Dakota, attended Quaker missionary schools. Her experiences at these schools, where she faced efforts to erase her indigenous identity, deeply influenced her later activism and writing. As an accomplished writer and musician, Zitkala-Ša published numerous essays, stories, and the first American Indian opera, the Sundance Opera, in 1913. Her writings often focused on the struggles of Native Americans and served as a critical voice against the injustices they faced. She was a fervent activist for Native American rights, co-founding the National Council of American Indians in 1926, which she led until her death. The organization advocated for citizenship rights, cultural preservation, and political recognition for Native Americans. Zitkala-Ša played a significant role in the passage of important legislation, such as the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924, which granted U.S. citizenship to all Native Americans born within the territorial limits of the country. Zitkala-Ša passed away on January 26, 1938. Her legacy as a defender of Native American rights and cultural heritage continues to be honored. She was posthumously recognized for her contributions to American literature, music, and civil rights, leaving a lasting impact that transcends her time. And as I was doing research for this, I came across a funny story. Not funny, haha, more funny, ironic. And in the I want to say it was 1913, 1914, somewhere in there, her and her husband were looking to move to Washington, D.C. They wanted to buy a house. They found a house they wanted to buy. And unfortunately, at the time, in the deed for the house, the original owners had written in there that this house could only be passed on or sold to a person who was white. And the funny part of this comes in because the 1910 census recognized people who were Native American as being white. So they got around this deed clause or rule because the census recognized Zitkala-Ša as being of white heritage. So when I say ironic, or when I say funny, I mean ironic funny. But that reminded me of, I don't know if any of you have ever seen Miracle on 34th Street. But to make a long story short, somebody claimed to be actually Santa Claus, and he was in court because they were trying to get him locked up in a psychiatric institution. And his lawyers got the post office to deliver all the mail that they had in the post office that was addressed to Santa Claus, deliver it to him in the courtroom at the courthouse. And the legal argument was that if the federal government recognizes him as Santa Claus, then the city of New York had to recognize him as Santa Claus. And that was it made me think about this situation with Zitkala-Ša, that because the federal government recognized her as being white, the people who wrote the deed or were magistrating over the deed had to recognize her as being white. So it was a weird little comparison that I made to Miracle on 34th Street. I realized one of them is quite real and one of them is just a story, but it kind of reminded me of the same story or a similar story. taking a look at the quarter, we can see here, and I realize first off that I have a different view. I'm using this view because I can't get, for whatever reason, I can't get the slideshow to record for me right now. So this is the way we have to look at it and not a slideshow. Anyhow, let's start with sculptor and designer. This past week, the US Mint updated their website, and on the coin pages where they discuss the coin and list all the properties and the description and all that, where they used to list the sculptor and the designer, they've taken the sculptor and the designer out. So I have DE and RG circled. I believe the RG is Renata Gordon. I don't know who the DE is, and I don't know if Renata was a sculptor or designer on this. So that's why there's a blank there. I don't know who DE is. Anyhow, looking at the coin, we can see that Zitkala-Ša is wearing a traditional Yankton Sioux dress. We see E pluribus unum, which of course we know means out of many one. She's holding a book in her hand, which represents her work as an author. And then behind her, the stylized sun represents her work on the Sundance Opera, with a cardinal that symbolizes her name, which translates to red bird. So Zitkala-Ša translates to red bird. A Yankton Sioux inspired diamond pattern sits underneath the sun. And that is the look at the quarter. But what we're all here for is to unbox it and actually take a look at the quarter itself. So let's get on with that. And as we go to get into this box right here, once again, I will try to do it the way the box was designed for. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it does not for me. This time it succeeded. Here we have our San Francisco Mint, our Philadelphia Mint, and our Denver Mint. Let me see if I can get a wee bit closer. Let me find the knife. And let's open up our San Francisco Mint roll. And there we are. And here is the coin. But of course, we're going to take a look at it under the microscope. So I'll be right back when I get the microscope fired up. And here we are taking a look at the quarter itself. I think it's a nice design. I think that I can call it one continuous scene. I think that with Zitkala-Ša in the foreground and the sun in the background with the cardinal, and in my mind, the diamond pattern is just, they look like it could be mountains or hills in the background. Like my mind can comprehend this as one cohesive scene, and therefore it doesn't bother me that a lot of the field is taken up. We can see, and I didn't mention in the diagram, it says author, activist, composer. And here we are with it saying 25 cents instead of $quarter, or instead of 25 with the cent mark. Zitkala, I keep saying Zitkala because it starts with a Z. Zitkala-Ša, which is the actual pronunciation, is down at the bottom at 6 o'clock. And then from about 8 o'clock around the rim, or around the edge, all the way till about 1 o'clock, it says United States of America. And I think this is a very nice coin. Once again, probably not in my top 4, but I think it's a very nice coin, and I do find it appealing to look at. So that's my take on that. If you let me jump back over to the phone cam, that I have set up, we will talk about what our contest is for today. So our giveaway for this week, I found these placards on the U.S. Mint website, and they were free for the 2022, 2023, and 2024 years. And basically what it does is it holds one of each Women's Quarters Program coin per slot. And so I thought that I would take all of the San Francisco Mint coins from the past 3 years and put all San Francisco Mint coins in here for the respective quarters that they're supposed to be. And that would be our giveaway. So if you are interested in getting the 2022, 2023, and 2024 San Francisco Mint varieties of all the coins that they've created so far for the Women's Quarters Program, please, all you have to do is leave a comment in the comment section down below. And today is Monday, November 4th, and so we will go for a week. So next Monday, we will announce the giveaway at the beginning of our video on, what would that be, the 11th? So next Veterans Day, Monday, November 11th, 2024, we will announce the giveaway for the S Minted Women's Quarters Program quarters. And anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, I request that you please leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, criticisms, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you don't feel like leaving a comment in the comment section down below, my email address is always in the video description. Feel free to email me and I will reply. I reply to all comments and I will reply to your email. Other than that, I'd like to thank you for watching our video, and I hope that you all have a great week.